Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. It's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. They didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw is Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And the Baltimore first down. Off the play fake, it's Williams. That's complete. Lambert Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's another Baltimore first down. Throwing is Williams. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. To throw once more, here's Williams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. 15 yards there on the catch and run. That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And out of bounds right around the 20. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Here's Williams. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A beautiful fake. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie, out of the University of Kentucky.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now a give left side to Falk. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Jonathan Bernard. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, what a move. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Working out of the gun, Williams. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They got 29 yards that time.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd
to the air. Williams into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Broncos offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. The race is on. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the 1st half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. To throw, Williams. Throws a quick hitter on the slant, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. To throw, it's Williams. And this is caught. It's Brown. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 5.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Looking to throw. Williams. On the RP. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Caleb Williams. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens are once again back in front.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up. Back to throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
He'll keep it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
At the 42-yard line.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll look to throw here. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 16 yards.
Now a play fake here on first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be second down.
A gain of 2.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Young. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's a gain of 6.
Back to throw again.
3rd and 2.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 5.
He'll look to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
First down, Broncos.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
He finds his man complete. It's Chavez. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
18 on the play. And the Broncos first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Sack a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. 3rd down and 10. Now back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are looking at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Back to throw. Williams. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Williams. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line.
Baltimore, 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
The throw right side here going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Quinyon Mitchell on the coverage.
Barkley off tackle left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. They'll try and run the option. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Caleb Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Chavez. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6. Throwing down, and it's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Chavez. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the Ravens' 48-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining 2nd half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. We say we use them to start the 2nd half and get us going.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
123 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now a give inside for Falk.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
And the Broncos first down.
They'll give to Falk up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 48-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Denver.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
At the 18-yard line.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Barkley inside handoff. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, here's Williams.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Williams.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Williams. Out route, and it's complete to Brown.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And the Baltimore
Looking to throw is Williams.
And he fires one incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Williams looking to do it himself. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment. But a penalty flag on the field. So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
To the air, Williams.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. Williams going to look to throw again.
This will be caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
17 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
To throw, Williams.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he returns this to the 22.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone. It looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll drop the throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Broncos first down. A gain of 14. First down, Broncos.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Now a fake on the jet sweep. And they'll instead run up the middle.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
2 yards.
2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And the Broncos first down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Young.
Complete to number 17. A gain of 5. Brings up 3rd down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run on 3rd down with Falk.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 153 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
14 yards. First down, Denver.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Offense.
Okay, so they'll march backwards on the penalty there.
I don't know about you, partner. I thought that was maybe a little bit of a ticky-tack type of a call. Was that a clear block in the back when he got his man off balance? I thought that was a tough one.
He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and goal, Denver.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the give, here's Falk. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Ravens offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Got him in, it's Brown.
Williams pass.
Second and 7.
Way to De'Ami Brown. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second.
Throwing is Williams. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
The Ravens on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
To throw, it's Williams. He'll try and do this himself.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
That's complete. Lambert Smith.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Back to throw. Williams.
Well, the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A gain of 15 yards.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
Just shy of the goal line. A pickup of 2. Brings up second and
Barkley.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
the play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
Barkley again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
but I actually like the call. And the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This will be fielded at the 17.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Williams.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Broncos now down by 7. 1:56 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
That's good for a Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second down.
He's back to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
First down. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Broncos.
And the spike will come with 34 seconds to go.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's second and 10 now.
Back to throw. And a fast footwork by White. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
He'll try and do this himself. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Another try, second and 10 now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but part of the defense was